One moment. Okay. All right, you guys. Happy full moon tonight. Today we are just chilling on live while I do my little full moon rituals. So this is going to be really chill, really easy. Nothing crazy going on. We're just hanging out. I look greasy. I am. I just got off work. But I'm just going to yap about while I do my full moon stuff. If you've got a full moon ritual that you're practicing, you know, let's do it together. Let's hang out. Let's chill. I'm going to put my phone on low power mode just so I don't have to worry about charging it as quickly. Oh yeah, I do need this remote. Okay. Welcome to my humble abode, you guys. I don't show you guys around my house like this, for real. I don't show anyone around my house. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm gonna put Spotify on my TV because I do want some like music, but I know YouTube is real strict about the music, so I'm not trying. Hold on. I'm not trying to get demonetized or nothing. Hold on. But I'm about to start this out. I'm gonna start by doing my dishes, and while I'm doing my dishes, I'm gonna reflect on things I would like to release. All right, let's get Spotify. Hopefully, if it's like not too loud, it should be fine. I probably won't start playing anything while I'm sitting right here. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just gonna look up like full moon in Aquarius. Let's just see, play on this TV, turn on Bluetooth so nearby phones can find and connect to this TV and Spotify, make it easy to switch playback or join a jam. You can change the setting at any time. Okay, thanks, dude. Okay. What you know about me? To find, connect, and determine the relative position. Whatever, sure. As long as nobody tries to. Okay. Let's go to one of these websites. I wonder if Moon Omens has. There we go. That's what I knew. Oh, thanks for the like already. Hello. We are just doing a full moon hang. Hail Trump. Parker White King, you're getting blocked. You're getting put in timeout. I'm not dealing with it. All right. We don't have to worry about Parker White King anymore. That's insane. Good morning. That's so fun. See, where I'm at, it's 8:57 p.m. So right now, you guys, I'm looking up, beautiful lady, thanks. I'm looking up what the full moon in Aquarius is representing. And this is going to be a super chill hang, right? So just know there's nothing crazy going on today. We are doing a full moon ritual from Islamabad, Pakistan. Where are you from? I am from the United States. I'm from Kansas City. Okay, so full moon in Aquarius. Everybody listen. Full moon in Aquarius, 2026, authenticity and belonging. Okay, so let's break down what this full moon is bringing us. This full moon reminds us, I love your eyeliner, thank you. It's pink. Hello, I'm new. It's 9:58 where I'm at, that's cool. Hey guys, I love everybody hanging out. We are literally just here hanging out, doing full moon ritual stuff. I'm about to go do my dishes and think about what I'm releasing, what's, you know. So let's read about what's going on in Aquarius full moon. Okay. This full moon reminds us that authenticity and belonging are not mutually exclusive and that deeper connections with others become available when we choose not to perform in order to be accepted or fit in. That's so dope. You got my dislike because you hate Trump. Hey, I don't care. What about that? I really don't care. Like, do you guys want to talk about that? Do you guys want to talk about Trump? Because this is what I think. I think Trump is here to show us all of the issues in society. Obviously, not consciously, he's not thinking this, but on a spiritual level, I know that he's here to cause all this chaos and all this nonsense. So that way it inspires the collective to ascend. And there are some people who don't want to ascend, who don't want change, and they are going to struggle with that shift. You know, and unfortunately there's a lot of people who have bought into the nonsense there. I didn't block someone because they praised Trump. I blocked someone because they said Parker White King and all hail Trump. And me personally, if you're going to come on a black woman's YouTube live and have that kind of energy, I don't think you should be surprised if you get blocked. White men are evil. Okay, I don't think all white men are evil. I think some people are for sure. But, you know, I think it's kind of someone and surprise people by that person. I think it's like diabolical not to think that. Black women do deserve everything. No, I'm not mad at that. Okay, let's get back on topic though, because we're not here for Trump. No white men are evil. Okay. I agree with that, but I want to challenge you, LR11J6K. I would say you saying all white men are evil is just like a white person saying all black people are evil. You know what I'm saying? I don't think racism should go either way. And I understand because white people weren't oppressed, at least in America, white people weren't oppressed like black people have been. But I challenge everyone to come to a conclusion with love, not about I'm going to attack you and you're going to attack me. You know what I mean? Because that's not beneficial for anybody. That doesn't move us in the right direction, which is why some people are so hard-headed about agreeing with Trump. See, I don't agree with that because I'm half white. So if you're saying that, then I'm evil too, right? So I don't agree with that, but let's keep it moving and grooving, okay? So let's get back to what we're here to do. This full moon reminds us that authenticity and belonging are not mutually exclusive and that deeper connections with others become available when we choose not to perform in order to be accepted or fit in. And I love that because earlier today I did a tarot reading and that's going to be live on Sunday. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you follow so you can see that on Sunday. And it was so beautiful because the energy was like, I'm not going to sit here and see, no, I'm not going to have racism on either, I have to put you in timeout because you're wilding now. You're going to get a 5-minute timeout. Because it's just too much. This isn't about, we're not starting a race war right now, okay? This is about the full moon in Aquarius and doing that kind of thing. So if you're into that, great. But if you're trying, why do you consider yourself black? You could also call yourself American. I want to ask you a question. Because black and American are two separate things. American is a nationality. Being black, African American, is a race, right? Just like being Mexican is a race, but being American is a nationality. Those are two different things. Because black people exist outside of America, right? Great. Anywhoville. So this is so cool because in the reading that I was doing, there was an energy of like, stop overgiving, stop showing up too much for people. Because the thing is, people have been overgiving from a space of obligation and not from genuity. Right? Not from a generous, genuine space, right? And that makes me think of a teaching they have in Buddhism where it's like, give because you want this space to be available, these practices, these teachings to be available for those that come after you. Give because you want to. Don't give because you feel like you have to, or it's out of obligation, you know, because that makes it not genuine, you know? So it says, shortly after the North Node's ingress in Aquarius, the full moon on the sign of the water bearer illuminates the tension between our personal desires and our collective responsibilities, between our desire to independently pursue our creative self-actualization and the need to make a meaningful contribution to society. I totally get that because sometimes, like, especially with my business, you know, I do this as a business, like I do readings, spiritual healings as a business, right? And I can put a lot of pressure on myself to either make all the content and get all my services ready to go, or just like find new clients, find new events. And sometimes that causes me to operate from fear or force or rush rather than from a genuine space of passion, of healing, of purpose, you know? The Aquarius full moon is a particularly significant one for those of us born with natal placements in the early degrees of fixed signs. So Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. And I have 4 Aquarius placements. Thank you so much. I appreciate your energy. Everybody else is acting weird. Black people are very happy when the press goes after Obama and praise, but they have a problem with it when it comes to Trump. Queen, I don't want to talk about, I'm just not going to respond to you. Like, if that's all you want to talk about, you should go find somewhere that wants to talk about that. You know what I mean? Like, what is wrong with, like, who cares? No one else is talking about it except you. It's weird. I'm talking about the full moon. Good, go. I don't want you here. You're weird. It's a weird obsession that these people have with that man. I don't get it. It's so weird. They have an opportunity to become more conscious of the way they participate in their communities and to notice any gap between who they are as individuals and who they become within collective spaces. I think that's really beautiful too. Like, are you showing up as your true self in every room you're in? You know, I know for me, I could definitely work on that in like family dynamics because I'm like one of the younger siblings. And I've always been like, damn, Sam, that's hilarious. Damn, Sam. Sam, I am. Sam loves Trump and she loves ice, or he, or whatever. I don't know. Maybe it's probably a she because the last name is Batty. Baddies don't like Trump. Baddies like human rights. It's just so funny to me. All right. But yeah, are you showing up as your true self in all spaces, not just the ones where it's comfortable, right? So full moon in Aquarius, authenticity and belonging. Full moons are a time of completion, release, and heightened emotional awareness. These events mark the peak of the lunar cycle and help us get glimpses into the meaning and purpose of what has been taking place in our lives. As the moon receives the maximum amount of light from the sun, what was uncertain becomes clearer. What was hidden may be revealed. Astrologically, full moons happen when the luminaries form in opposition to each other, which activates 2 opposing and complementary zodiac signs. This month, the Leo-Aquarius polarity is in the spotlight. Then this emphasizes the tension between our desire to pursue our creative actualization and to express our unique essence, and the need to belong to a community or a collective and perform a socially relevant role. The Leo-Aquarius axis highlights the challenges of integrating individual expression and social participation. As the North Node I don't know what type of time y'all are on right now, but it's feeling like it's weird. I don't know. It still counts as watchers for me, so I'm just going to leave you guys and let you talk amongst yourselves. Okay. As the North Node recently entered Aquarius, where Pluto is also transiting, the South Node recently entered Leo. Listen, you guys. Can we please stop talking about Trump? Can we move on? Like, why are we in this live if we want to talk about that? This is a full moon in Aquarius energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't want to talk about it, right? Is that okay if we don't talk about it on my live? Just like your stream. Guess what? I don't care. Like, I don't care. You guys don't understand. I don't care. Just don't do it in my, you know, YouTube has private messaging now. Y'all can message each other about it. I think you guys should. Or you should go to a live where they want to talk to you about it. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear about it. I don't want the energy. It's not for me. You know what I'm saying? I understand the importance of it. I'm doing great, Eagle Can Fly. How are you? The Leo-Aquarius axis highlights the challenge of integrating individual expression and social participation. Oh, wait, I already read that. Hold on. Okay. How long is this? Because I'm not about to read this whole thing. How long is this? Oh, it's not that long. Okay, yeah, I'll read the whole thing. Okay. Let me stop getting distracted so I can finish reading this thing. Oh, wait, I haven't gotten there yet. All right. Ultimately, we are being asked to find a dynamic balance between the energies of Leo and Aquarius. We are learning that being ourselves doesn't separate us from others, that we don't have to perform to belong, that we don't need to abandon ourselves in order to fit in. You guys hear that? I'm not going to abandon myself to fit in with these weird-ass comments. I don't care if you dislike my live. Like, I really don't care. Hilarious. We are learning to gravitate towards spaces and communities in alignment with our individuality and away from those that aren't. I guess all you're leaving with you. Okay. Let's not continue the political discussion. Like, I genuinely am not, because here's the thing, like, I'm happy to have that conversation if it's like in an open-minded space, but it just feels like people want me to explain to them why black people don't like Trump or whatever, and it's just like, if I have to explain that to you, it's already lost. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's not evident, then you don't want it to be evident, which is fine. I totally understand. Ignorance is bliss. But I'm not interested, okay? Okay, full moon conjunct Pluto. The full moon in Aquarius is highly aspected. The moon is conjunct Pluto, opposite Jupiter in Leo, square Chiron in Taurus, trine Uranus in Gemini, and sextile Neptune in Aries. The conjunction between the moon and Pluto brings to the surface deeply buried psychic content. If you guys want, we can talk about it when I start doing my dishes. Just let me finish reading this and then we can talk about it. Because I'm open to have a conversation as long as we're all respectful, as long as we're all open. Okay? Because the thing is, I don't want to judge everybody. But the thing is also, I'm not here to like hold your hand through understanding the darker aspects of that man. Like, if you don't understand it, you're willfully ignorant, and I'm not here to fight that. That's like trying to fight with a schizophrenic person. Like, I'm not going to do that. The conjunction between the moon and Pluto bring to the surface deeply buried psychic content, challenging us to confront power dynamics, unconscious fears, profound attachments, and uncomfortable truths. Love it. I'll explain once I get done reading. Intense emotions will emerge these days, asking us to face patterns that have been playing out beneath our conscious awareness and recognize how they shape our choices, relationships, and responses. Pluto's activation asks us to be radically honest about our true motivations, desires, and intentions. And see, that's the thing. How can you be radically honest about your motivations, desires, and intentions? I think some of, if we want to bring it up, I think some people support Trump because they don't want change. You know what I'm saying? People fear immigrants. People fear LGBTQ people. People fear non-white people sometimes. And it's just like, are you aligning with that because you don't want change? Or are you aligning with that because you truly believe it? And if you truly believe those things, where is that fear rooted in? You know what I mean? Like, what are you scared of? That's what I feel. This planet is all about evolution. This planet is all about evolution. It exposes what has come to its natural end, showing us where we got too attached to what is familiar and comfortable at the expense of our soul's growth. And see, that's the thing. What I notice is a lot of attachment to outdated narratives, belief systems, and that clinging to it is due to fear because it's familiar, it's comfortable. But at the end of the day, we have to welcome change. We have to welcome growth because that's what Earth is about. That's what I believe, that Earth is a school for souls to evolve, right? Closely conjunct the full moon, Pluto challenges us to pay attention to those indirect, covert ways we get our needs for safety and security met, asking us to transform habitual, instinctual patterns of reaction and develop a more conscious relationship with our emotions, right? And just because someone challenges your thoughts doesn't mean it's a threat. That's another thing too. And I see that on both sides, you know what I mean? I've seen where a lot of people feel like, a lot of people on both sides sides, right? Feel like it has to be this way or that way or this way or that way. And I'm a very open person. I vote based on the policies, based on what someone's running for. I don't care about the party name. I care about what are your morals, what are your principles, what are your values, what are you for, what are you against? You know what I mean? It doesn't matter to me the color, the name, or anything like that, you know? Because it's not just about this label means this and this label means that. There's good and bad in both. Just like there's priests that rape children and there's priests that don't. You know what I'm saying? Just like there's shaman that, you know, take advantage of people and there's ones that don't. That's what I want for people. I want people to stop looking at the labels of it all and say, what actually aligns with my truth, my morals, and my values, in my soul? What will keep me in alignment? What do I really, really stand for? Because if it's just who was ever under the Republican hat or the Democrat hat, then what are you really standing for? You know what I'm saying? Where was I at? I don't even remember. As this conjunction happens in Aquarius, we have an opportunity to witness our inner landscape with objectivity and without judgment. And that's another aspect to it. I think a lot of people, the emotions get brought up and they feel either attacked or they feel like they have to defend something or whatever. And they don't know how to sit with that emotion. They don't know how to sit with their ego and say, hey, little ego, I know you feel very challenged. Or like your reptilian brain, it's like either me or you. I know you feel that. And if that's how you feel, how can you, instead of having that knee-jerk reaction, how can you sit with it and process the uncomfortable feelings? Then you don't have to attack people, and you also don't need things to stay the same to feel safe. Which legal immigrant did Trump deport? Trump stated that illegal immigrant criminals who lack documentation should be deported. He's deported a lot of legal immigrants. Some that have even fought for our military, actually. But that's something you could Google, so if you were interested in finding that out, you should research it. You know what I'm saying? Full moon opposite Jupiter in square Chiron. I don't know how to say that. Chiron? Chiron, that must be it. The opposition between the moon and Jupiter conjuncts the sun in the early degrees of Leo magnifies everything we feel, bringing to the forefront the tension between our need for safety and our desire for expansion. There are crosses behind you. What does the Bible say about the LGBT community? It doesn't matter to me what the Bible says about the LGBTQ community because I believe that it's a community that we should all love. I think it doesn't matter what people are fucking, what they want to be, what gender they want to be. I don't think it's any of our business. Also, how many people rewrote the Bible? And we're going based on that? I don't know. What does your mind say about the Bible? What does your heart say, or not about the Bible, but what does your heart say about the LGBTQ community? Because your ego, your brain, your conditioned mind might tell you it's a bad thing because of what people told you. You know? I don't need a book to tell me how to live morally or ethically or what my values are. I don't spread hate. Let's start there. What does the Bible say about judging? Let's start there, right? This alignment invites us to notice how we may be overextending ourselves or disconnecting from the present moment by engaging in an ongoing search for more. Ooh, like you're looking for more outside of yourself. Where's the fulfillment? The Moon-Jupiter opposition also highlights the tension between our need to belong and serve our communities and our urge to follow our own path, nurture our creativity, and pursue what authentically lights us up. And see, that's another thing. I think a lot of people attack gay people because they feel like they're living in their truth. And I feel like for those that don't live in their truth or they're scared to be 100% authentically themselves, they feel threatened by that. And I feel like a lot of people who feel like, oh, being gay is a choice, they made the choice to be straight. And they're mad that other people didn't. You know what I'm saying? Clock it. Meanwhile, Chiron in Taurus is squaring the moon, Pluto, the sun, and Jupiter. Chiron's activation emphasizes how wounds that impact our self-worth keep us stuck in cycles of lack and scarcity, impact both our capacity for creative expression and our ability to feel belonging and connection. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I know for myself, scarcity is definitely something that I want to dive into tonight for the full moon. I have good self-worth. I've really come a long way when trusting the universe. Like, I have so much trust in the universe now. It's so, so beautiful. Like, for example, my windshield got smashed to bits, and instead of freaking out, instead of being like, why did this happen? I literally said, universe, what are you teaching me? And it immediately said, I'm teaching you to trust me. You can trust me. What's funny about mental illness, also, like, have you thought about looking outside of religion for some answers? I'm just throwing it out there because it seems like you're hungry for a little bit more. So I would, if I were you, I would just start exploring and maybe finding more answers outside of that. But also with mental illness, I do think that probably it's, first of all, a more modern thing, you know, like, people probably didn't understand mental illness back in the day. They definitely didn't. They don't understand it fully now, right? So I think that's why it's not mentioned in religion. And then also with mental illness, you know, it's funny. I had Jehovah's Witnesses, because you know how they knock on doors. They came up to my door and he was like, why does God allow suffering? And I was like, well, it's all about the power of perspective, right? Because it's like, you know, like I just said, my windshield got smashed. I could have taken that as suffering, but if you compare what I went through to the children in Gaza, that ain't nothing, you know, compared what they're going through to some other kids somewhere else, you know, that might be nothing too. So I think mental illness, some of it is like genetic, like schizophrenia and things like that. It's just a chemical imbalance. But I also think things like that happen for a reason. And I do think that sometimes that's tied to trauma. And it's also tied to being an evolved being, but not being grounded enough to handle Earth. And that's a very fair thing, because Earth is wild sometimes, you know, especially right now. Shit. Okay. The square reminds us that growth is not only about reaching for more, but also about cultivating inner security and receptivity, so we can appreciate what we already have, what is already available to us. Chiron's presence highlights the importance of being able to receive and hold what life gives us, to believe we deserve it and we can have what we desire. Absolutely. All these planets are forming a T-square configuration. 3 of the 4 fixed signs are being activated in this pattern, and Scorpio is the only one that's missing. For this reason, embodying Scorpio energy helps us come back to balance. These days, we are being asked to cultivate depth, go beyond surface level awareness, deepen our awareness of the emotional undercurrents and energetic exchanges that play in our lives. This is an invitation to meet intensity rather than bypass it, to develop the capacity to hold more emotional charge, and to embody the strength to face what we've been avoiding. So honestly, part of what you guys are doing here with me is helping me sit with the discomfort of the emotion of like talking about Trump and having to go over that. And it's really cool because it does increase my capacity and my expansion of being able to sit in it. I don't think he's a great president, but that's okay. I don't think he's a great person, but I don't think that's his job to be a great person. I think his job is to fuck shit up so that way it inspires the collective to go towards elevated thinking, higher ways of being, and all of that. And I'm excited for that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think the mayor in New York would have been elected if it wasn't for Trump and all this crazy stuff, you know? It's like it makes us even more thirsty for humanity, for community, for equal give and take, for our government taking care of us. And I think that's such a beautiful thing. And that I thank him for. He has made it so uncomfortable for us to settle, to ignore the issues. And that's such a beautiful thing to me. That's like being in a horrible relationship and someone treating you so badly that you never let someone treat you badly ever again. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. I think that's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Full moon trine. How much more? Good God, I thought it was almost over. It is almost over. All right. Full moon trine Uranus and sextile Neptune. I mean, for example, with the Epstein stuff, like, that's been going on for decades. You know what I mean? It's just we're aware of it now because the president was a part of it. That's fierce. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's such a beautiful thing. The Epstein thing in and of itself is not beautiful, but the fact that we're aware of it and it's not going away and we're gonna, you know, get justice for those survivors, that's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I think it's gorgeous. Full moon trine Uranus and sextile Neptune. The full moon in Pluto and Aquarius are also forming a sextile to Neptune and a trine to Uranus, the modern ruler of Aquarius and of this lunation. Pluto, Neptune, and Uranus have been harmoniously aligned for several months, a configuration that is supporting and facilitating the transformation of outdated and obsolete systems and structures. This Aquarius full moon shines a light on the collective shifts that are taking place while asking us to reflect on the role we aspire to have within the changing social paradigms. You hear that? What's the role that you aspire to have in the changing social paradigms? Things are shifting, and you're either going to get with it or get lost. That's totally up to you. You know what I'm saying? Also, I don't care about your hateful comments. I just want you to know that. I just want you to, like, I don't want you to waste your hate. You know, put it to good use. Like, it's just, like, it's not offensive. You know what I'm saying? In a country full of immigrants, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay. These alignments remind us of how collective transformation begins with individual choices, that the future is shaped by how each of us chooses to participate in our communities, by the values we live by and the visions we nourish. Which religion supports what practice? I'm reading. Do you mean like full moon rituals and stuff? I'm not sure. Probably, maybe Native American cultures. Maybe like Wiccan. I don't know. I would Google that. That's another thing you could probably just Google, right? The trine between the moon, Pluto, and Uranus and Gemini fuels the emergence of new ideas and have the potential to be significantly innovative and groundbreaking. Ready for innovation? It inspires us to be more experimental, daring, to take intellectual and creative risks, and to put our gifts in service of something greater than ourselves. How are you being greater than yourself? That's a question I have for you. How are you showing up for your purpose? It allows us to develop more emotional objectivity and see our reality from a wider perspective. Yeah. Neptune's sextile to the full moon in Pluto encourages us to act on the dreams and visions that arise into consciousness, inviting us to pay close attention to what is trying to emerge through us. As the Aquarius full moon helps us attune to new future scenarios and possibilities, Neptune's supportive alignment heightens our sensitivities to subtleties and undercurrents we don't normally notice, fueling quiet shifts in perception and consciousness that can inspire us to take action in alignment with the reality we vision. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? I'm keeping your message hid, but like, it's like that's the thing with like this energy. It's almost like, it's like, but what about this? What about that? It's like you're trying to, it's almost like if Jeffrey Dahmer was like, but what about, what's that other guy's name? What's his name? I don't know why I'm thinking Wayne Gretzky. I know he's not. John Wayne Gacy. It's almost like he said, but John Wayne Gacy killed way more people than me. It's like both is bad. You know what I'm saying? If you want to spread information about these things, then why don't you spread it? Why don't you make a TikTok, write an article about it? If you want people to be aware of these things, spread that information. But don't throw it out there when you're trying to negate some of the other evil that's out there. That doesn't make sense to me, and I'm not going to co-sign that. Like, grow up. Come on. As the Aquarius full moon helps us attune to new future scenarios and possibilities. Oh, I already read that. Okay. Full moon in Aquarius, 2026, a time of personal and collective transformation. Let's see what offensive thing you've said now. All right, I'm on team with that. Definitely free Palestine, for sure. I want everybody to be free, personally. Together with the lunar nodes changing signs just a few days ago, the Aquarius full moon marks a time of profound personal and collective transformation, one that encourages us to learn to stay connected to others without losing ourselves in the process. And that's another thing. I think some of you have lost yourselves in the political thing. Like, it's become some people's whole personality. Whether, it doesn't matter which side you're on, you know what I'm saying? This event may bring significant changes in our communities or in our role within them. It may bring to light group dynamics that need to be transformed and invite us to let go of collaborations that are no longer aligned, asking us to commit to radical authenticity. Now you're just saying shit to piss people off. That's weird. This event may bring significant changes in our communities and our role in them. It may bring to light group dynamics that need to be transformed, invite us to let go of collaborations that are no longer aligned, asking us to commit to radical authenticity, and trust that the right people will be attracted to us if we are committed to living our truth. This lunation may amplify the friction between our personal desires and our collective responsibilities, challenging us to creatively solve the tension we feel and find ways to meaningfully contribute to the collective while staying true to who we are and honoring our creative impulses. These days, we are invited to think beyond personal achievement and recognition, to focus on the legacy we aspire to create and the value we aspire to bring those around us and beyond. Keeping in mind that our individual actions have the power to shape our collective future. Absolutely. Collective transformation begins with individual choices. As we move through the Lionsgate portal, we're invited to embody our authentic light with courage, knowing that every heart-led decision contributes to the future we are creating together. Aw. All right, you guys, we read it. That's cute. Love it. Exit. Moving on. Perfect. Oh, I need to put all this in my little box. All right, so that's the vibe of the full moon. I'm about to do my dishes to just kind of welcome a fresh energy. And while I'm doing the dishes, I'm going to reflect on the things that I'm ready to release in my life. I think I can throw this away. I absolutely can. Trash. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Okay, let's get some vibes going. I don't know if I want to play my liked songs or if I want to play like a chill. Ooh. See, let's play our liked songs because I already know I want a little mix of this, a little mix of that. Let's press play. All right. Now, if YouTube can hear this, it'll act like I'm breaking the rules. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and do the dishes. So I have a wall unit, so my AC is going to be loud, and that's just part of the process, and we have to allow it and accept it. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I'm doing my dishes because I want to, first of all, just have a clean house. Love having a clean house, and also just want a fresh start. So full moons are really about like kind of things coming full circle. It's a moment for reflection to see like how far have I come? What progress have I made? And this moment for me, I really want to focus on the outdated beliefs that no longer serve me. That's what I'm going to focus on. I already know for me that scarcity is a big one, but I have come a long way in that. Maybe also recognizing how far I've come, like progress, like true progress recognition. That's something I could definitely work on. Look at these cute plates. Duolingo's trying to get me to extend my streak real quick. I'm not doing it right now. There's that. I have to decide if I'm gonna, yeah, I'll make a little bit of water. Why not? Also, it's good energy to use water, right? At the full moon. Okay. I'm gonna take my little watch off so it doesn't get wet. Perfect. Set that over there. No soap out. I honestly love doing the dishes. That's a lie. Why am I lying? I don't love doing the dishes, but it is a therapeutic thing. It's not my favorite thing, but I'm not mad at it. Hopefully some people come on that like actually are into the full moon and stuff, because I don't want to just keep talking to people about it who don't care, you know? Okay. So what are some things that you want to release? Whoever's in here, I don't know who it is, but what are some things that you want to release within yourself that you feel is holding you back? Think about it, reflect on it. I think I'm alone now. Oh, I asked you whether you vote, and if you do, then for whom? I already answered that question. I said I do vote, and I vote based on depends on what I'm voting on. If it's a policy, I decide if it aligns with my morals, my values, what I want for society. If it's a particular candidate, I ask, does this person align with my morals, my values? I don't strictly vote based on someone's political party, because if I'm just basing it on a political party, then what morals, what values am I standing on? Nothing. I'm standing on a title, and that don't make no sense. Well, since you asked me that, let me ask you, what within yourself do you think is holding you back from becoming your true self, from standing in your authenticity? So for me, for example, I can have a scarcity mindset sometimes, thinking that I have to rush, or like my success isn't going to come. Sometimes I'll get like fearful surrounding money and things like that. And I have come a very long, like lots of strides made in that situation. But that's an example for me. Also, I've gotten better at recognizing that how I want to approach things is how I want to approach them, you know? Someone else might post 3 times a day, but, you know, if that doesn't work for me, that's okay. And how many times I post does not guarantee or negate my success that I know I'm meant for. You know what I mean? So that's my thing. What about you? What is it within you that you feel you need to work on? What do you do for a living? I have my own business. So in my business, here, let me bring you over here so you can see me, because I'm going to be over here for the most part. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. Are you going to answer my question, though? I asked you to. But my business, so I call it Alchemy Activation. And so I use different spiritual healing services to help mostly women overcome past trauma, turn their past trauma into power, and all of that. So I do that through an alchemy ceremony. I do that through tarot reading, through cord cutting rituals, all sorts of stuff. Now, what about you? What do you think is holding you back from becoming your true self, your most authentic self? It's not really fair to just ask me questions now, is it? Honestly, what's really coming to mind for me about what I need to cleanse and what I need to release, and this is so exciting for me, it's really just about like recognize that you're doing it, recognize you're already there. And I definitely need to work on giving myself more, like celebrating myself more, because I don't. Like another aspect of it is I think things they just come to me very easily, right? Like, it's not that I don't work hard, but it's just like if I have to sit and figure something out, like I figure it out pretty quickly, or I just get it done and I don't like make a big to-do about it. It's just second nature. So it's almost like just because it's second nature or it's easy doesn't mean I shouldn't acknowledge it. Like when I graduated from college, I didn't even go to my graduation because I didn't care. I was like, whatever, this was nothing, this was easy, you know? And reflecting on it now, like I'm not mad I didn't go because I still don't really care, but I don't know anything about the United Kingdom. I don't think I was talking about the United Kingdom. Someone asked me where I was from and I said the United States. Maybe that's what you're thinking about. I don't think I said anything about the United Kingdom. Are you from the United Kingdom? But yeah, definitely celebrating myself, acknowledging myself, my accomplishments is definitely something I want to work on more. So something, and I've been talking about doing this, so maybe I should actually go do it, but I have my diploma and I have my yoga teacher certification. I'm going to print that out and like hang them up in my house, probably over by my TV and stuff. Also, another thing I'm hearing for myself is like, don't put so much pressure on myself to get things done at a certain time in a certain way. Like, just let myself flow. And I've been doing that more recently, and I honestly am way more productive when I let myself flow. You know, like there's no right or wrong way to do things to get my business going, to, you know, like I have a business so I could run it myself, not so I could like put pressure on myself and feel like I wasn't doing enough, you know. And I have to remind myself that sometimes, like I have a business so I can run it, not so it can run me, you know. Are you ever going to answer the question, what do you think you need to work on within yourself? You keep asking me questions, but you don't answer any. And that's rude. Let's see. I have a question for you. Can they take the jobs away, or are they being given to those people? That's also something else that I've always wondered, is like, why do people think, oh, they're coming here to steal our jobs? They don't literally put a gun to your head and steal your job from you. People are giving them those jobs. So maybe you should be mad at the people giving them those jobs and not mad at the fact that they're getting the jobs. Because that's not on them that they're getting your jobs. I'm just saying. You're mad at the wrong person. And that's how this stuff happens. The people that are in charge of this shit are making you think, oh, it's the immigrants, it's the brown people, it's this, it's that. Those are the people you should be mad at. Maybe be mad at the corporations or the employers who are hiring them and not hiring you. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what you should be mad at. And some other people will say, like, especially in America, because sometimes we can pay people under the table, they're like, but they get paid less. Okay, so why aren't you mad at the person who's employing them, who's putting more value in saving money rather than supporting their community by giving them a job? Be mad at that person, not the other person who also is trying to feed their family and not be homeless. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nonsense. It's nonsense. That's nonsense. So my things that I've collected so far: no more rushing, celebrate yourself. No more comparing, or like, I don't necessarily compare myself to other people. Sometimes maybe like with views and stuff. But I think that kind of goes back to like the scarcity thing, feeling like if I don't see a lot of numbers, I'm not going to get there. You know, not trusting my path. You are educated and sensible. Step out of your bubble a bit and look at the real news. All right. Right back at you. That's the thing, like, I'm not looking for something to get me mad at a group of people I don't know. I feel like some of you guys want to be mad. You want to be in a victim viewpoint. You want to have someone to blame for why you don't have a job or whatever's going on. And I'm not that kind of person. I'm the kind of person that makes something happen. Because I know I create my own reality. That's why I'm not even mad at Trump. Because no matter what he does, I'm still going to be good no matter what. You know what I mean? Because I create my own reality. I don't live in fear. I don't live in my ego. I don't live in pointing fingers. I create my own reality. I chose to come here at this time. So let's co-create something beautiful with the universe. I'm not waiting on policy changes and things like that to make my life better. You know, I make it happen right here, right now. You know, I don't need someone to blame for the struggles that I've gone through in life. It's about, okay, if that's your reality, then now what? Now what do you do? You know? You can't just stay mad at people. You can't just always have the villain to point it at. What are you doing? Oh my God, you're back. Hey, you guys are back. Unless you've been here this whole time and been quiet. I'm doing my dishes as part of my full moon ritual, part of cleansing. And what was cool about this, I was like, let's see what comes up for me that's ready to be cleansed. And what's ready to be cleansed is rushing and feeling like, it's almost like I get too rigid with like, it should be done this way, it should be done that way. And I'm sure some of you can relate to that with the rigidity about how things should be, right? And so I'm learning that I can just go with the flow. God, just like, that's so ridiculous. I can't. I just can't. It's just such a narrow-minded perspective. You know what I mean? Like, how are people coming into your country? How are they able to make such great change, such great waves? I think what's really going on is maybe your country doesn't have the right policies or something in place. You know, maybe there's people that are taking advantage of that. The thing is, like, the people that are also struggling to make a better life for themselves aren't the ones that are making your life harder. Trust me. The news might display it in that way because guess what? If everyone was happy and, you know, at peace and content and there wasn't an enemy, wasn't people pointing fingers at each other, then how would they get their ratings? You know? How would they get their ratings? How would they get you distracted? How would they get you plugged into your TV screen instead of living life? When you're content, when you're at peace, you don't look for things outside of you to entertain you. So they fearmonger. They create these issues. They tell you this is the problem. This is who it is. This is why your country's a mess. It's not the government. It's not the people running the place. It's not the outdated rules and regulations. It's the immigrants. Like, come on. Is your country that weak that immigrants could fuck it up that easily? Like, honestly. And if that is the situation, no one has to be loyal to this country to live here. Like, propaganda, dog. Guess what? The founding fathers weren't loyal to this country either. That's why they created a whole new one. You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about, loyal to this country? That doesn't even make sense. Loyal to a country? Why would I be loyal to a country? Meanwhile, half these people aren't even loyal to their morals and their values. Because if you're talking about being loyal to this country, being loyal to America, then you would support immigrants. Because that's what this country was founded on. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. Y'all just want to be mad. Y'all just want to find a problem with people. And you're too into your own ego to even see that that's what you're doing. It's weird. But anyways, after I do these dishes, because they're almost done, I'm going to wipe down these counters. And then we're going to take the crystals, some of my crystals outside, and let them charge in the full moon. Isn't that fun? It's interesting. I'm surprised that I ended up with you guys, but I feel like it's for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we're here to create unity, right? Because the thing is, I think that it can be very hard to talk to like the other side about, and I mean like people that you would probably think are like me, because I think that it can be very much like judgment on both sides. And I'm not trying to judge you. I understand where your fears come from, or where the limited perspective comes from. But the thing is, I've evolved past that type of mind, that type of thinking. So I'm not going to sit here and co-sign it for you or act like, oh, that's a good point. But I don't want you to feel like judged or shamed or anything. But it's also like, just like the perspective, let's widen it a bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And also, just so you know, another thing with like loyalty to this country, that's another form of like propaganda. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're so loyal to your country, when your country goes and bombs another country for oil or some bullshit, you're like, oh yeah, America. You know what I'm saying? They had nuclear weapons. They don't have nuclear weapons. And by the way, there was already an agreement in place, but then that got fucked up because old boy decided he wanted to go bomb it. And he's bombing it because because Israel told him to, because Israel's always wanted to bomb over there. They've been trying to bomb over there since the 80s. Netanyahu comes over every year, or every 4 years, every presidential election to try to get them to bomb. And why do you think Trump's the one who listened? What do you think they have on him? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all propaganda. Live your life. I'll get going now. I have some work to do. You should go and read up about Trump. The internet is full of fake news about him. He's a rapist. That's all I need to know. I don't hang out with rapists. I'm sorry. I don't. I'm just not into it. He's a rapist, 100%. And if you don't want to believe that, I understand that challenging your thoughts and what you've built maybe a lot of your personality on right now, I understand it's like a mirror crack to be able to say maybe he is a rapist. Maybe he did do some shit on Epstein Island. Maybe there is a reason that his name is mentioned in there more than Jesus is mentioned in the Bible. But I'm not here to convince you to get your head out of the sand if that's where you're comfortable. But I just want you to know my head's not in the sand. Okay? Thank you for the compliment on my makeup. Hopefully we can get like a shift in the vibe. A lot of like Trump people have been in here, so I've been talking with them. And if you're a Trump person too, then I guess let's just get into it tonight. But I don't know how this has happened, but here we are. Next time I come, I will answer all your questions. I don't have questions, though. That's the thing. I'm not asking anything. I know he's a rapist. And that's fine if you don't want to say that. You don't have to. I don't need your verification on it to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, please. That man is a rapist, at minimum. Alright, let's wipe these counters down, ladies and gents. Oh wait, hold on. Let me wipe this. Clean that off too. This is interesting though. I go live quite a bit and I've never had like this sort of energy stick around so long. So that's very intriguing. What is all of this on my counter? Alright, let's move this stuff. Wipe me down. Ah! There's a hole in my shirt and it got stuck in this. Okay, nobody else is saying anything. Alright, I'm just wiping my counters down. It's part of my full moon ritual. Just getting some cleansed energy in here. love cleaning. Honestly, I do. Like, I love cleaning my house. Okay. Slide that back over. There we go. Slide that in there. There we go. Alright, let's wipe this down now. Ooh, bubbles. Love that. Love bubbles. Okay, there's that. Alright, let's... Wait, did I clean that thing? No. Let's wipe it down real quick. This thing has changed my life. A little, like, utensil holder. Love it. Alright, you guys. I think the next move is going to be cleansing my crystals. So if you've got crystals and you want to charge them in the full moon, let's get it going. My nose is itchy. Hold on, let me itch my nose real quick. Ooh, wait. I'm wearing makeup. I kind of forgot. Hold on. Ooh, a good song is playing, you guys. I don't think I need this light on anymore. I absolutely don't. Let's turn that off. Turn this off. Alright, we're done in the kitchen. I just hope that if I'm... Maybe I should have started out dancing. Maybe so many people wouldn't have been so political. Another aspect of this full moon energy, just go dance, right? I love to dance. Where are my sandals? They must be, oh, I know where they're at now. I've put them away. I put them away. Also, shout out to all the people that were like, I'm disliking this because you don't like Trump. I'm like, good, dislike it, get out. That shit makes me laugh, bro. Hopefully more people will join, because I don't want this to be just about Trump. Like, ugh. Ew. Okay. Let's cleanse the crystals. Crystal. Okay, so I'll show you guys how I cleanse my crystals and what that involves. First of all, I get my shirt like this, and I put them in my shirt. Do you guys like tape B? This is a DJ. Wouldn't it be funny if he got on my live for some way, somehow? That wouldn't even make sense, but you never know. Alright, that's cool. Okay, you guys, got all of our crystals. We're gonna take them, see, in my little pouch. Let's take them outside, and we're going to line them up outside. Dang, it's hot. It's so hot outside. I hate it. All these bugs, gross. I don't like bugs either. All right, I set them out here. Get away. My stepdad came over and mowed, but all these dead leaves are everywhere, and I don't like that. God, it's really hot. It's so hot outside. Oh, yep, that was it. Oh, almost threw my phone on the ground. Okay. Ooh-wee. Muy caliente. Okay, also, another thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make some full moon water in this. This goes in my altar. That's my altar. Boom. Oh, little Justin Bieber song. Cute. Oh my God. Okay, you guys. Let's get all that out. Actually, I just want to wash this. Definitely gonna wash this. first thing out. Let's wash it with the lavender hand soap, just because I think that's cute. Why not? Yeah. Good God, this is, see this weird shape? It's kind of hard to clean it. Alright, cool. Whoa. Too much power. Alright. Good stuff. We got it. These are all shells that I got from beaches that I went to, except this one my ex gave it to me. I don't think it's real or anything, but I don't really know. But all the other ones are from California, Puerto Rico maybe, Costa Rica. Maybe not Costa Rica, because I remember they were like, if you take shells home, that's like taking drugs. And I was like, okay, well, no thanks. I don't want to get in trouble. You know what makes me sad? I feel like it was just the Trump people that came and hung out with me. But maybe I was meant to change some minds today or something. I don't know. See, that one always floats at the top. Makes me feel like it's not like an actual shell. I don't know. Girl, I don't know. What the hell is that? Oh, that's part of the sink. Okay. Okay, you guys. Let's take our vase outside. We also need to grab the sage and a lighter. Oof, they're playing Beyonce. I wrap this in saran wrap because it sheds too much. I don't like it. Okay. Get away from me. Because I know ZM get well. Beyonce don't want me playing her shit. Alright, we're going to make full moon water. So I'm just going to set this here. Hopefully the bugs don't mess with it too much. Ew, there's hella bugs. I just don't like bugs like that for real. I hope you cut some of that down, because good God, did it need it. Alright, y'all, I'm just lighting up the sage real quick. I will say this, I have the busiest side street known to man. Sorry, the sage takes a minute to get going. Here it goes. Even that is not enough. Hold on. It's just like, this is it. This is it. Like, I don't get it. Let's do this inside. It's too hot. Hold on. Sweat my ass off out there. Whoa. I'm so particular about how my shit lights. I'm not feeling this. I do not like this. This is dumb. Dumb! Ouch. This is hot, actually. I hope more people join the live, because I really don't want it to just be the Trump people. That's crazy. Okay, we did it. God. Beyonce needs to get it together. I should get that in. Okay. Now we are cleansing the crystals. So these obviously are not all of my crystals, but I just cleanse the ones that I use for readings or ceremonies. And I always use my selenite and like clear quartz, white quartz to cleanse my cards and stuff. All right, there you go. I'll give you a little wipe down too. Why not? Cheers. Okay, fierce. We did it. Give it up. Give it up. Okay, I'm gonna set this over here to my calendar. Give it up. Give it up. Okay, now what? I think I should take my makeup off. Well, I don't want to keep... There's no one watching. Why would it matter? Give it up. Give it up. Okay, I think I'm gonna like light some candles and really create a vibe. Give it up. Give it up. These candles are also the bane of my existence. I hate them. Because they don't stay lit to save shit. It's like these weak ass candles. Crazy. I'm trying to decide if I should do a reading or journal. I think I should do a reading and then journal. That's what I'm feeling. I just want to light all these candles first. And then I'll sit and journal. Why are you leaning like this? What's going on with you? That I will allow to stay on. I'll just keep it dark in here, that's fine. Yet. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I do think it's really weird that only the Trump people were here. Like, what was that about? But you know what? Maybe it takes an Aquarius to shift those people's mindsets. I'm not, you know. I'm trying to find this plug here. Hold on. Okay, we found it. This is actually my great aunt's lamp she gave me. She passed away some years ago, but what's the vibe? Okay, I'm liking this. Oh yeah, I want to light these other candles up here too. I think I need a long lighter for them though. So that means I'm gonna have to light a piece of paper on fire and hope for the best. Or I could light a string on fire. That actually might work better. Maybe I should do that. But alas, I don't have string near me. I have paper though. Ooh, another Take B song. Aren't we lucky? That's cool. All right, you guys, if you ever need to light a long candle, but you don't have a long lighter, paper, paper on fire now. Damn, it went out too fast. Come on. Boom, we got it. Got it. I'm just gonna set that there, I guess. I don't really know what else to do with it for now. Look, Guardian Angel, Guadalupe. Cute, right? I'm just gonna leave those by me. Okay, you guys, let's pull some cards for this full moon in Aquarius. Okay, knowledge. Oh, ciao. I want to use the Morgan Greer deck for myself. This is going to be a personal reading, but if you resonate with it, then great. If you don't, that's okay. Now, I will say I am an Aquarius, so I feel really connected to this full moon. I've actually been talking about it a lot, and I'm not like, okay, we don't need you to keep burning and burning and burning. Hold on. Let me put my makeshift lighter out. God bless. I'm making a mess, you guys. Yaka. What if I just sat in the dark like this? Terrifying, wouldn't it? Stinks. I'm acting like I didn't just set paper on fire. Oh my God, Crew is playing. Man, you just a fan. You don't hold right. You don't hold no right. Okay, you guys enjoy because I'm about to start doing readings. This is the vibe that I've been on recently. I've been on very much like I'm doing me, focusing on me, living my best life, and it is such a good feeling to be moving in that space, okay? Let's get the cards out. I could never be killed, that's real, no lie. It's time to take action, yeah. It's time for me to go towards my dreams. It's time for me... No. I've been going towards my dreams. Okay, so that's something else. They're telling me something else about that. It's time for action. Okay, we'll see. We'll see what action it's about to be time for. Everywhere I go, they always talking. Hey, nice to meet. I'm like, hey, who you be? Obviously, I don't know all the words. I walk here, she said, not here. She said, but I live in the hills. Stop that madness, I'm a savage in traffic when I get out this bitch. If she's Spanish, she's this bitch turn around, let's make magic. I'm geeking, I'm on it. Don't look at me like you want it. Yeah, see, I'm in my that girl playa energy, but I'm using my playa energy not necessarily to fuck around with a million people. Like, that's a low frequency player. That's a low frequency player. I'm a high frequency player. So like a high frequency player, I feel generates wealth for the community, stands in their own power, not needing validation or help from anyone else. Hold on. That's not quite it. The independence, yes. The generating wealth for the community, yes. But we're not going to idolize doing it all on your own, getting it out the mud anymore. Okay? Cool, Spirit. Cool. I don't know if I have any more. I definitely don't have any more moon incense, but I have these lavender cones. I have a backflow cone thing, so let's grab that. When was the last time you did something for the love? You know what I'm saying? This is my backflow cone, my backflow cone incense holder. So let's play with it. I usually use this incense when I like to take a bath, but sometimes when I'm in the bath, it's like incense and my bath. It's all too much. Okay. Okay, you guys, let's get into it. Sometimes I have to light this a couple times. Hold on. There it goes. There's still a little button there. Hold on. Well, it's burning from the top. Okay, there it goes. I told you, sometimes she needs a little extra support. Alright, let's move this over here. Okay, cool. Alright, you guys, let's pray. Let's get into it. Alrighty. I don't give myself personal readings all the time, so it's kind of nice. Okay, universe, spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors, divine Holy Spirit, thank you for connecting with me today and every day. I know I'm on YouTube Live, but this is a personal reading. We have the full moon in Aquarius tonight. Obviously, you guys know I'm an Aquarius. I've been feeling this energy quite a bit, and I just want to tap into it more fully. And, you know, just provide me with any guidance, clarity, wisdom, advice you deem fit for me to hear at this moment. Let me know how this full moon is to impact me, what areas in my life. I feel like, and see, now it's playing like spiritual music. Spirit is very honored to connect with me at this time. I don't always do readings for myself. They wish I would do more for myself. Just in general. They're like, you don't always need a reading because we know that you know how to connect with us. We know you know how to listen to your intuition. But sometimes it's like, just do something for you. Just check in with you just for you. You don't even need to do it on YouTube Live. That's real. I'm seeing the Tower poke out, the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Cups. A big chapter has come to completion for me. The chapter of fear, the chapter of lack, the chapter of comparison. It's about time. And it's beautiful how it's coming to, it's just coming full circle on this full moon in Aquarius. Like, of course it is. Of course it is. How beautiful. All right, Spirit. Give me some guidance for this full moon in Aquarius. What do I need to know? How is it going to impact me? What am I releasing? What's coming in? Just give me some guidance. Please and thank you. I'm trying to flatten these cards out, honestly. Full moon in Aquarius. So one thing I do like, I like to find the, it's right there, wow. I always like to look at the bottom of the, or not the bottom of the deck, but like look for the full moon card that we're currently in. And it was right at the bottom. And this one says, nothing will come of this situation void of course moon. Show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius. And balance, practicality, and spirituality, full moon in Pisces. And then there's also work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio, hold your vision, fixed moon. Absolutely, absolutely. I love that. So immediately what I got from this energy is, I know at one point in my life, I thought that showing up as my true self was never good enough. Like, I thought that showing up as my true self wasn't good enough. I thought that I had to compromise or be overgiving or sometimes even like being funnier than I want to be in a moment, you know? Like, I just felt like being my true self was not enough, especially in regard to my business for a long time. I would think I needed to post a tarot card a day. I would think, okay, I need to do astrology readings. I need to do this kind of readings. I used to do full moon, new moon readings all the time. And that's not my reality anymore, you know? Like, I realize that's what will make me succeed, because I'm the only one who can do tarot, alchemy activation, shadow work the way I do it. That's the whole point. Balance spirituality and practicality. Yeah, I feel like that's really what this full moon is emphasizing for me, is knowing when to take action, knowing when to fall back, knowing when to listen, you know, to my gut, or when to ask for help, or, you know, just like knowing how to co-create and how to do that dance and how to flow with what this journey requires of me, whether it's my journey with my business, journey with self, journey in dating, or whatever, you know? And that's why it's important to work through those fears so I can get where I'm meant to be without stagnation, without having to repeat patterns, without having to be fearful. Wow. Okay, let's read out of the book. Show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius. Let's see what it's telling us. I love the song. It's Taking You There by Broods. This is on page 88. I swear I'm so connected with the universe, dude. Look, if it can get it. I guess it's not meant to show you. Okay, show the world the real you. This card brings a message from the cosmos that you need to detach a little from whatever situation you're asking about. Yeah, and for me, especially like my business, I have to flow. And I always say I'm very grateful that I have a business that it's a spiritual business. So it's like I have to do this kind of work. I have to figure it out, you know, or else it's not gonna happen for me. You know what I mean? I can't fake it with the universe. The universe is the one who's doing this with me. Someone might be keeping you at arm's length now, but it's no bad thing. It's important for you to allow life to unfold and progress, even if change seems like a frightening prospect. And see, I've definitely been doing that, especially in regards to dating. Like, I feel like the fact that I've been able to do it with dating is showing me that it's more in my reality than I have given myself credit for. And also, hold on, I lost my train of thought. Also, yeah, like, because I've been, like, detached dating, you know, like, I'm not even trying to meet new people, but if it comes along, cool. And if that new person isn't aligned for me and is not acting how I like people to be acting when I'm dating them, then I let it go. And I don't, like, stress about it or overthink it, or, like, if someone's not showing up for me, I don't blame myself for it. And I also don't see that person as a bad person. I just say we're not in alignment, and that's all. I like this song too. Oh wait, I already said that. If you've been holding yourself back from showing the world the real you, this card reminds you that your unique characteristics are what make you special. And see, that's what I just said. So beautiful. In a relationship, you are being too aloof or detached. Go ahead and be yourself in whatever is coming up for you. I love that. Attune to the moon. Be aware of your feelings, but also be prepared to move on. Yes. Additional meanings for this card. Don't lose the beauty and romance of life. You are too much in your head. Get into your heart. A friend needs you. Be there for them. A situation is going to take a very unexpected turn. The teaching. Every full moon is a time to release and let go, but the addition of Aquarian energy to the mix triples that message. Aquarius is the opposite of clingy, and pulling this card at any time suggests either you need to let go or someone is thinking they're the ones who need to let go, perhaps of you. What needs to go? What is the right thing to do? Whatever happens next could be highly unconventional or unexpected. I love it. So yeah, I think for me, letting go of the idea that like showing up as my true self is not enough, or feeling like, because even with my YouTube channel, I always showed up as my true self, but if I didn't get the results I wanted, I felt like, okay, what's the shift I need to do? What change do I need to make? Rather than just being patient and letting it come to me. You know what I mean? And so now I know how to balance practicality and spirituality. I love it. Okay, we'll come back to this deck at the end of my reading. For now, I'm just going to set these three up here. All right, let's get into the tarot, see what Spirit wants me to know. These candles are smelling delicious, I'll tell you that much. Let's see. Bottom of the deck, my overall energy. Ooh, Four of Cups. Okay, this is definitely the need to shift perspective for me. This can also be like I'm not seeing something as it really is. Or let's get the book out. Because when I read for myself, I get real picky. And I want specifics. Let's see what else it says about the Four of Cups. I don't think I've ever opened this little book. Good God. These are tiny. Four of Cups. Despondent and forlorn. One hesitantly seeks a spiritual resolve of an action. Yeah, it's almost like I need to... hold on. I don't feel like it's an energy of like I need to take more action. I feel like it's more about I need to shift my perspective. Also with the Five of Wands here, yeah, it's like going from competition to collaboration, you know? And I've never been someone, like, I'll admit, like, I'll compare like numbers and things like that, and I'll get hard on myself, but I don't ever like feel like, oh, that person's my competition. Yeah, I've never been that kind of person, but I think that I need to have more of a community approach with my business moving forward. Like, I've definitely, and that's something I've been focusing on again. Like, I want to go to more people's events, you know, like, it's not just about me getting people to come to mine, or, you know, I was asked to be at this event, let me go. Like, I need to just start going to more and more. And whether it's like being thrown by people I know, or it's just an event that aligns with the things that I like, I just need to start doing that. Yeah, Page of Swords, the Three of Wands, the Eight of Wands. Yeah, it's time for forward movement for me. I feel like I know that, I definitely know this. I know that a fresh new chapter is coming for me. I know it is. It's already here, and I just need to embrace it, welcome it, warm it. And maybe part of that is finding different community, you know, to help me with that. And to show me that, you know, this isn't a scary thing I need to go towards. Okay, we have the Ten of Swords, the Death card. So there's some sort of major ending happening for me. Oh, maybe it surrounds like scarcity. Maybe it surrounds romantic things. Balanced living, you know, because a lot of this energy is like fulfillment, abundance. You know, we got the Lovers here. I think things are coming into balance for me, and now there's the King of Cups. And there's the Star card. That's my card. And there's the Empress. Yeah, things are definitely turning around for me. And I think even as like with my business, as I become more open to like, there's TLC, that's cute. As I become more open to collaboration, community, naturally I'm gonna find more of that in my day-to-day, which of course includes romantic relationships, you know what I mean? Totally makes sense. So I okay, what did this say? What needs to go? What's the right thing to do? Okay, that's all I want to ask. Okay, Spirit, what needs to go? Please and thank you. I think I already know it. It's like the scarcity thing, isolation, questioning, all that. Okay. We have the Ace of Swords. Okay. Yeah, see, we have Temperance here too, the King of Wands. I definitely need to be more open to community, to group things, to letting other people guide me, things like that, you know? I do think that's something I've always wanted to work on, is like getting more readings from other readers at events or things like that. Working with other healers and letting them heal me too, you know? Yeah, I just keep hearing like, you don't know everything. Especially with my business. Like, I need to let myself be open to being exposed to new ways of doing things, to new people, new communities. Okay. Until the day he pushes me away. Okay, we have the Hermit and we have the Eight of Swords. It's interesting. These are both very different energies here. So it's like the Eight of Swords is anxiety, overthinking. The Hermit is like trusting yourself, going within for guidance. I need to trust myself more. And that's something like the past couple days I've been flowing with, is like, okay, I feel like doing this for my business. I feel like making content, or I feel like checking my email, or you know what I mean? Like I've been really going with the flow, trusting my intuition. I feel like I need to give myself credit for that. I think a lot of this is like, I need to give myself credit. And the Ace of Swords too, it's like, see it for what it is. Like, I've come a long way. I've done a lot of work. Yeah. But I do think also the idea of like me, because I am very much kind of a lone wolf kind of person. Like, I do my own thing. I tap into here. And it's maybe like the idea of being the lone wolf, like that's kind of holding me back. I do need to put myself out there more, you know, and whether that's like, that could even be me like going to different coffee shops and being like, hey, if you guys ever want a reader to hang out in here, here's my card, you know. I need to be more open. I need to be more open. That makes me nervous though. But I like people. I like talking. Like, I'm such a people person, truly, that I don't know why I would be nervous. The Magician. It's almost like a sense of, I have a big sense of self-worth that comes from my hyper-independence. Yep. It's almost like I feel like if someone else helps me or if someone else connects me with someone else, I feel like it's not as admirable or I'm not as powerful. But isn't it way more powerful to get the same result and doing less work? I think so. That's powerful to me. That's way more powerful. If I'm not having to overextend myself and I get the same result. There's a part of me that struggles with surrendering because I don't want to like give up, or I don't want to, yeah, it's like I don't want to give up, but allowing myself to surrender is powerful. It's not giving up, it's flowing, it's trusting. Hey girl, you know you drive me crazy. One look puts the rhythm in my head. This is a throwback. We have the Ace of Cups, the Sun. There's so much joy on the other side of surrender for me. I know I need to surrender. Loves you. Do you feel like a now? When you first show me, do you feel better now? She falls to the ground. One day this world's gonna do it. As your lies come down, a new life she has found. I'm literally sitting here on live by myself. This is hilarious. Okay, but here's the thing. 3 of Cups, yeah. I need to welcome community. Yeah, I need to welcome community. I need to be okay with not knowing I don't know everything. I know that. But I just get so shy. I don't even know if it's shyness. I think it's more so like I am very... It really just boils down to the lack of trust and faith, really. That's what it boils down to. Because I was about to say I'm really protective over my business, but why would I need to be protective over my business if I know it's going to succeed? You know what I'm saying? So if that's the case, I can let people in. I can let my guard down. I don't have to be the leader. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can let it go. There's a part of me that does not want that, though. I need that part of me to come to the surface. So that part of me is saying it's like I've spent all this time falling in love with the real me, that it's almost like I want to just have it be me because it took me so long to foster this energy within myself. But someone else being a part of it doesn't take that away from me. Yeah, like with this song being on right now, Face Down, it's like there's a part of me who feels like if I am open to collaboration, something's going to be taken away from me or something's not going to work out, and that's just not the truth. That is rooted in scarcity and fear, and I don't operate like that. We don't operate like that. Yeah, 6 of Pentacles. See, 3 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles. It's time to collaborate. I'm going to set this over here. Yeah, the World card. And see, that's the thing. It's almost like the beginning phase of this for me was heavily about, like, can you believe in yourself? Can you stand on your own? Can you do things without needing other people's approval or validation? And sometimes you swing so far into one lesson that you forget to come back into balance with it. So now that I've proven that to myself tenfold, can we welcome the community? Can we welcome the collaboration? Oh. A piece of this candle melted off. Isn't that cute? I'm just going to throw it in this candle. Uh-oh. throw that cedar in there too on that. Well, up. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, let's keep it going. But yeah, no, okay, we already talked about that. Yeah, see the Emperor, the Wheel of Fortune. Yes, see, that's the thing. And that makes so much sense because when I was getting the cards ready, I noticed in the full moon deck, the full moon in Aries, I believe, it's time to take action. And I was like, it's time for me to move towards something. And I immediately was like, no, that's not right because I've been taking action. And so now it's showing me that it's like, it's not time to take action. We've already done that. Now it's time to let the wheel move forward. That's the thing. I hadn't let the wheel move forward. I hadn't let this journey continue. And so there's parts in the journey where you're in your masculine, but there's another part where you inevitably have to come back to the feminine. And that's the aspect that I was like fighting for so long. Yeah, I was carrying all of it, stressing myself out, guarding my energy, guarding myself, not being open to love, and that's what was shutting me down. Oh, I love it. That's so cool. So I definitely need to throw a dinner party. Sujanya, we're not doing readings. I'm doing a reading for myself, and this is a full moon kind of hangout energy. But come back later this week, and I'll probably be pulling cards. I appreciate you coming in, though, because I will say this, for the first, hour, it was just a bunch of Trump supporters, and I was so confused. But I just took it as, well, it's the full moon in Aquarius. Now is the time to introduce them to new things and new ways of thinking, I guess. It was weird. But, you know, we talked, and, you know, I don't think you guys can see the old chat, which, thank God, because it was a mess. Okay, so let's keep it moving and grooving. Okay, so what was the next question? What is the right thing to do? So obviously Spirit is really encouraging me to get more community, more collaboration. I think that should start with me, I need to go to other shops, local businesses, and, you know, either say hey, I'm happy to do a class, go participate in their classes, you know, the support that I want from others, I need to give to them, you know, I need to go to these people's classes, I need to show up, I need to go to the events, you know. Oh, I gotta show up for it. So let's see how Spirit suggests me doing that. The Hierophant. Interesting, this makes sense. So I definitely think I need to go to more events and more, whether it's like I used to go to the temple every Sunday at Buddhist Temple Center, and I would go for temple and just participate in that. I would go to classes and stuff. I need to do that more. Especially I not work at a crystal shop, but I do classes there sometimes, and I do my one-on-one events. So I get to go to classes for free. So I should just go, you know. There's a lot of places that already have house the community that I want. So I should just go. Also, there's this lady I met through a friend, her name's Jackie, and I was talking to her about my yoga teacher training, because I'm certified to teach yoga, and I feel very confident getting a class together. I just don't feel confident in my own yoga skills, right? So it's if I can't get into a full downward dog, I feel weird teaching someone else to do it, you know? I don't know. So she told me that at the studio she's at, if you sign up for, if you're a new student, you get 2 weeks of classes, I think for $33 or something. I don't remember what she said, but it's something like that. So it's I need to go do these things. Maybe one day a week. I'm going to commit to going to a new event, a new shop, or something like that. I can easily do that, and I want to do that. Yeah, it's instead of competition, it's time for collaboration. Very cool. Okay, let's keep it moving. Let's see here. 7 of Cups. Okay. Okay, the 7 of Cups here. Again, I'm hearing the energy you don't know everything. 7 of Cups. Let me see. Seven of Cups with the Knight of Swords, though. Yeah, maybe like being open to seeing things in new directions, in new ways. Because the Knight of Swords is someone who knows what he's about. He's very like, I'm going to move in this direction because this is what's right for me. He's the fastest moving knight because his truth, his morals, his values is what guides him. But with the Seven of Cups here, this talks about confusion or a lack of clarity or something. I feel like I'm going to have a big perspective shift this year. Tell me more about the Seven of Cups. Let's see, what is this? The Lovers. Oh. The Six of Cups. Okay, so maybe... Oh, the Two of Cups, the Ten of Cups. Gag, the Four of Swords. Not me getting a love reading. Okay. Okay, so this is what I feel. I feel like me going out and, you know, participating in certain events, meeting like-minded people, that might either give me more clarity when it comes to dating, partnership, balanced partnership, or maybe I'll meet somebody in those spaces or something. But I think maybe it's just more clarity on some sort of partnership or meeting somebody or something like that. That's exciting. That's cool. Even with love, for me, I've never been like super fixated on it. It honestly makes me a little nervous. But I also I just love my life so much. That's the thing. I love my life so much. Okay, hold on. That is a metaphor for the business stuff. It's like I love my business so much. I love my life so much that I close myself off. Maybe in a way to not necessarily to protect what I have, but it's just like I'm so fulfilled, I'm so content, I'm so happy that I don't want to look outside of myself. But the idea that someone outside of me could disrupt my flow or my energy, that's rooted in fear. That's rooted in fear that what if I don't choose the right person, or what if I'm not in the right spaces, making the right friends or whatever. You never know until you try. And also, this isolation has given me a lot of clarity about the kind of people I want to be around, whether it's platonically or romantically. And I need to give myself credit for that. And it's also like, imagine sharing this energy with someone who actually appreciates it or is in alignment with it. That would be such a treat. I love this song that's playing too. I'm playing Spotify on my TV over here. Cause I know who you are. See, this is a sign. Come right as you are. Come right as you are. Let go of our transgressions. Give me your perfect imperfections. Let me pinch myself. Hold on. See the writings on the wall. That's so fun. Let go of our transgressions. See, that's the thing. Give me your perfect imperfections. Mm-hmm. See, that's what it's going to be like. Like, I don't mean to get sappy. I don't know why I feel like crying. Maybe because I've never really... I'm not like a big relationship person. I've had 2 boyfriends, one in high school and one like last year or whatever. So I'm a very hard person to get, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm very picky. And like I said, I love my life so much that I'm not going to compromise my peace to have somebody next to me. Mm-mm. And it took me a lot to get there. And Spirit's like, congratulations, but let's open back up, you know? That's exciting. I can't deny that I'm excited about that. Like, of course I'm excited about that. That's cool. And I'm a little nervous, but that's okay. And there's a fine line between excitement and anxiousness, so I can dance that, you know? Perfect imperfections. Okay, Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and see, that openness is the secret to my success. Not only romantically or in my relationships in general, but also in my abundance, in my career, in my business, right? Because if I'm open to love in every angle, then love's just going to come back to me, you know? If I'm giving generously without fear, that's going to come back to me, right? Not only in the people around me, but in my opportunities, in my money. I'm encouraging flow. Spirit's encouraging flow in community, in partnership. So that way, it's almost like Spirit is like, please let yourself be open so you can meet the people that are going to help you get to where you're meant to be. Because that's the thing. And I keep telling people this too. I love it because everything I be telling people, I need to hear myself as well. But the thing with this, it's like, Spirit's telling me right now, they're like, you have no idea. The people we're putting on your path to help you get where you're meant to be. Because between you, me, and the fence post, shout out to my granny. I know she just came through here. Ooh, she's here. Hey, granny. Hey, granny. Hey, granny. Okay. But I'm gonna be popping, okay? I'm gonna be #1 tarot reader, #1 healer. Like, I know. Because what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, the way I'm doing it, who I am, it's just meant for it. You know what I'm saying? And I can't help who I am, right? I can't help it. You guys don't know, but my granny would say shit like that all the time. Like, all the time. She died 2 years ago. She'd always say, I can't help it, I'm cute. Like, and she sounded like that too. Like, it's so funny. But that's the thing. Spirit's saying, I'm trying to help you get where you want to be. Oh, Josie! Oh my God, I'm so happy you're here. Oh, Josie Jean. So cute. I've missed you. You just had a birthday. Happy birthday. I'm so glad you guys are here with me. You guys have no idea. I'm telling you, the first hour, it was just Trump people. And I was keeping my cool, and I was like talking to them and being like, you're mad at immigrants coming in the country for taking your job, but you're not mad at the people who gave them the job? You know what? Not to bring it back up again. For goodness sake, I should be grateful that I've gotten away from it, but good God, I was in the trenches for a minute. Okay, let's get back to it though. And so Spirit's telling me, if I just get out of my own way and let people come and help me and build new community, go to other spiritual shops, go to other small business, local businesses, meet people, I never know who I'm going to run into, who's going to help me. I also never know who I'm going to help. You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I and I tell people this too. Don't be selfish by holding yourself back. Billie Jean is playing. Goddamn, Michael. I love Michael Jackson. He's adorable. I feel like this might be too loud because one thing about Michael, he's not playing about his copyright. Can you guys hear the music? I don't think you can now that I feel like, because there's a lot of background. All right, let me focus. The tower. Okay, let's talk about it. Because I saw this poking out before. So this, I can barely hear a beat. Okay, perfect, good. So I can just keep vibing. That's so funny. I'm like in here dancing. People are like, okay, but let's get back to it seriously. The tower. This is very clear to me that my foundation, my limiting belief, my narrative that I have to grind and that I have to do it just me, that's coming to an end here. We have the 9 of Cups, Justice, King of Cups, the Star. Love that. Be careful what you do. Don't go around breaking young girls' hearts. I'm crying that I'm doing that. That's so funny. Okay, so the 9 of Cups with the Tower, to me, this is like, it's almost like the foundation. No, let's talk about it. See, Spirit, I'm locked in right now. Spirit is showing me how this person's by themselves and they're so proud of everything that they've done. Okay? That's crumbling for me. I don't need to be proud of everything I've done by myself. And honestly, like, the greatest parts of my life are surrounded by community and people that, you know, just having a good time together. That's what this summer has really been about for me, right? Like, I'm having a hot girl summer. I'm going outside. And the thing is, it's not about meeting, dating people. And if that comes along, cool. But it's about, I just want to be present. I want to enjoy my life. You know what I mean? Just remembers you always think twice. Don't think twice. Alright, tell me more about the Tower. Okay, Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles, Temperance. This is gagging me. I love it. Right? Can we see the difference in this energy? Because they're both juggling. But it's like this one's like, which one? And this one's like, why not both? Oh my God. This makes me think of that taco commercial. Old El Paso or something like that. And remember, this is an old commercial where like, it'd be like hard shells or tortillas or whatever the hell they're arguing about. And the little girl was like, why not both? And they like lift her up in the air. Why not both? And then the Four Wands at the bottom. Why not both? Why not balanced partnership? Why not balanced community? I see something special in you too. You did my reading, and just tonight I felt like checking out your YouTube channel. I saw that you're live right now. And with Michael Jackson playing in the background. This is validation. Thank you guys. I love you guys so much. I wish you guys could hear the music, but I'm glad you can't because it would definitely get demonetized. And also, I will say, I feel like dancing is so good for your energy. Like, when I get excited, I dance. Thank you. I do really appreciate your guys' words. Like, seriously, it really does. It does a lot for me. You have no idea. Like, it just, because honestly, it's one thing to know it yourself. Like, obviously, you have to have that or else you're not going to go anywhere. But, like, when it's mirrored back to me, especially from people, I don't even know you. Like, Josie, I know that girl. I've met her in real life. I've known her before I started my YouTube channel, right? And I've been on this YouTube channel for like 7 years, 6 years, sometime. A long time. Wow. Anyways. And it's just like, I'll never give up. I will never, ever, 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 ever give up, you know? And hearing it from someone who's never met me in person, obviously you see me live on here, and listen, I ain't holding back for nobody, so it's the same. But that just, I greatly appreciate that. Thank you. What's up next? Stardust by Zed's Dead. Do you guys know who Zed's Dead is? I hope so. Josie, I think you might. I don't know. But anyways, do you see how it's like back and forth, and why not both? That's the whole thing. That's what's crumbling. Feeling like I have to choose. Also, that's another thing. Feeling like I have to choose. I can have it all. That's a big deal for me, especially like, I think ego can tend to get really tied to your spiritual journey. That's why cults happen, right? It's because people tie their ego to the spiritual journey and then they start being weird about it. And I think for me, I was like, okay, if I'm this spiritual healer, I can't, like, I'm not supposed to smoke weed or whatever. Bitch, I'm gonna smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? Took from me. And you can't wanna let me, I keep having need. Da-da. See, and this song is called Stardust, and I feel like it's spirit saying, like, you're just stardust, you're just us in human form. Like, we're not judging you, so why are you judging you? You can approach it in any way that feels right for you, including having more community. Stardust, memories thinking about the way it used to be. And see, that creates, and see, the thing is, like, I'll create my strong foundation and I'll still be true to who I am. I can't not be true to who I am. Like, at this point, there's no way. Going back to the side, you see. Okay. I'll finish. Okay, we have the Nine of Swords and the Sun card. Oh, I need to pray. It's amazing how you move. Oh, I love this song. I've seen Zed's Dead live a lot. I haven't counted. Probably won't ever count. Too many times to know. But they've only played Stardust once, and it was at Electric Forest, and it was amazing. And they played so much. They played the whole song, and I was like, yes. Okay, let's focus. Nine of Swords, the Sun. I see clearly the limiting beliefs that used to hold me back. And the Six of Cups, a lot of it was rooted in like childhood trauma or whatever. And like half of it was like, okay, let me undo this childhood trauma. Okay, now I can stand in my power. Okay, now let me undo the ego being tied to this like healing journey. It's such a crazy thing to like to go through so many healing processes, but that's Earth. That's Earth, baby. All right, let's close it out with the moon deck. All right, Spirit, thank you for this reading for me. I'm very grateful. Shout out to everybody who hung out with me while I was doing this reading for myself. Greatly appreciate you. Yeah, we're going to close it out. So, what would you like? Okay, adjustments are required. Third quarter moon. I think I'm going to read out of the book. Why is this not getting clear? I don't know. It doesn't matter. And then new moon in Capricorn, your hard work is paying off. And see, this, if you guys knew, like I have 4 Aquarius placements, but I also have 4 Capricorn placements, and I'm a Taurus rising. So even though I have all of that Aquarius, the more earth that I have, I do think, especially in regard to my business, it gets me on this one-track mind kind of thing sometimes, and that can really derail me, cause delays, and cause me to fixate on something that doesn't really make sense. So, wait. You keep having these stardust, stardust, stardust. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. This is my jam, y'all. This is my favorite Zed's Dead song, for real. What, where's the moon that I'm looking for? Where is the moon that I'm looking for? I don't know if it's on this side. Ooh, I like this song too. This is Lost in... I act like I'm not playing my Spotify liked playlist right now. I cracked myself up, for real. Wait, third quarter? No, that's first quarter. Oh, found it. Okay, let's talk about it. All it takes is one time. Maybe in the same time zone. In the timeline. Seeing all the rainbows. Did I get an idea? Okay, focus. Think of yourself as a vessel that has been filled more and more over the past few weeks. Some of what has come your way may have been wonderful, but there is a lot of negativity and you need to let go of this. Whatever situation you're asking about now, be honest about whether there are toxic emotions involved which you need to release into the ethers. Can't get you off my mind, can't get you off my mind. I can feel the tension. Okay. This card also comes with the promise that all is not lost. That's so funny. Okay. I'll tell you why it's funny. Because when I started the reading, this card, nothing will come of this situation, came out. So it's almost like there's a big part of me that fears nothing will come of all of this. But I know what's cool about this is that part of me is not at the forefront anymore. It's like you're in the driver's, or I'm in the driver's, but they're in the passenger, maybe even in the back seat. So it's not such an overwhelming fear that's so loud, but it's still there. But the thing is, for me, I don't think like certain shadow aspects go away. I think you learn how to sit with them, deal with them. But this song says like, I can't seem to get you off my mind. Maybe there's an aspect where it's like sometimes it's really loud in my mind more than others, and that can be true too. Sometimes it is more in the forefront than other times. But even recently when those things come up, I realize, okay, I need to just feel this so it can be released. I really think I need to give myself more credit. Because I can't get you off my mind. However, there are changes or adjustments required before you will get to where you want to be. A change of course is forecast now that recent events have been understood and acted upon. Okay. There may also be a crisis now which will remind you that what you want and what it's time to let go of. Pay attention. I'm reevaluating the situation. Your life may be out of balance and this may be causing your issues. It may be time to hatch a whole new plan. And that's funny. That's what we were talking about. Like, it's time to bring in more community. Like tomorrow, Josie, if you're still in the chat, I'll invite you to this. I'll send you a message on Instagram. But it's a free event tomorrow. And it's like a wellness thing. And they messaged me on Instagram. I'm sure they probably sent a bunch of messages to people. But I was like, you know what? Yeah, I want to go to that, you know? And I invited some friends. I don't know if anyone else is coming. Only one person responded, and she can't come because she has kids, and it's not, like, kid-friendly. Not that it's not kid-friendly, but it's, like, 13 and up. Like, she has little babies. So it's kind of like just commit to the bit, and then you'll find your people at the event. I don't need someone to co-sign it with me. I just go, you know what I mean? And you never know who you're going to run into. I like that. Something new and exciting is around the corner. Trust may be required to move the situation forward. At the time of the third quarter moon, we know where we've been, but where are we going? Oh, that's so real. The moon is now half moon and slipping away from us as she catches less and less light, moving towards her full disappearance at new moon. It's a time of falling away and a time to reevaluate. No matter when you draw this card, the teaching is to release and to trust. Absolutely. And that's a big thing I've been working on, especially like with the, let me know what time if I don't work. I think it's like 7 to 9. It's later in the evening. I'll send it to you though. It's free. I'll send it to you. But a big thing is, what the hell did I just say? I don't know what the fuck I just said. That was crazy. Hold on. Let me come back to this. What did you say to me? Okay, to release and trust, right. That was crazy. But especially like with like money scarcity, I've been really good at letting that go recently. Like I only work a couple days a week at like my normal job, which is huge because my bills are mostly based on my business, which is a fierce place to be in. But it's like, instead of picking up a shift, I'll be like, okay, let me see if I get a booking. Let me see. And I usually do. And even this week has been a slower week, and I've had like 2 bookings this week. So that's not bad. And that's good that that's the slower week. That's fierce. Okay. All right, well, that's the reading, so we can keep hanging out, and my phone will die eventually, but not yet. I think right now I might just want to journal. I don't know if I necessarily want to journal. Like, it feels like, and that's another thing for me, like, I don't have to keep beating a dead horse. Like, I got the message. Let's keep it moving. All right, let's write this down. Do I have a pen over here? No, or maybe I do. Is there a pen in here? Man, I've moved all my pencils away. Or my pens. I want a pen, not a pencil. Alright, you guys, let's go get a pen. I'm gonna write. Ow! God damn. I'm always running into something. I swear. Okay, I'm gonna get a pen from out of here in my dark ass room. I don't really like this pen though. My nose is running. I need to wash my face. I still have my makeup on. That's crazy. I like this pen. Okay. You guys see the vibe? Candles, chilling. That's my big ass ring light that I use. Alrighty. And what's cute, oh, let's bring you back. What's cute is this notebook says Dream Big. This notebook I got years ago, and this was like this notebook I had when I started learning tarot. Like, I have tarot notes in here. Oh my God, Rihanna, what's up, girl? I didn't know she had 8 albums. Good for her. Okay, anyways. She only has 8. Not me only. Which one? This is the space I used to be in. Needed Me by Rihanna just came on. I'm headed out. Have a nice night. Message me about tomorrow. Okay, Queen. I'll text you. I'll send you something on Instagram. Baby, don't get it twisted. Okay, you guys. Let's write about it, and then I'm probably gonna head out soon too. I want to write in cursive for some reason. One thing though, I don't like cursive M's and N's. Like, I don't like all those. I don't like that shit. I would be sad if I didn't know cursive. Like, it's so cute. Look how cute. Full Moon in Aquarius teachings. But baby, don't get it twisted. You were just another nigga like it is. Trying to bitch in it with a bad bitch. Okay, Full Moon in Aquarius teaching. 1. Celebrate yourself. I need to commit to this. I need to do this like for the next like month. Do one of these things a week. Celebrate yourself. Seek community. You don't have to do it all on your own. I'm kind of hungry. It's late though. I have no business eating. It's 11:11. Who better? You better. Been around like hella. Propeller. Wanna know who you with? Don't tell it. Come on, man. That ain't none of your business. I'm gonna shoot. You know I'm on your ass, dead. If I let you hit it twice, what you asked, dead. I love this song. I don't know all the words though. See, and that's another example. Spirit's like, you don't need to know all the words. Let Black and J. Cole sing it, and you sing what you can. That's the beauty of collaboration. I love it. That's what's making things take so long. That's what's making delays. There we go. See, and this is my reminder. I'm gonna cut this out and put it on my fridge. And that's what's beautiful too. It's like, it doesn't have to be this grand gesture of like, I'm gonna overhaul all these things in my life. Usually when you do that, that's what's gonna cause you to not commit to it, because that's overwhelming to a lot of different parts of you. But I can celebrate myself and I can seek community. And I'm gonna commit to that by going to that event tomorrow. Josie will come with me or not. We'll see what happens. I'll message her. And, you know, there's other events, other things that I've had my eye on. Especially because I just started doing the Mystic Fairs this year, so I've met a lot of new people. And a lot of people have events going on all the time, and I need to be at them. That's where I need to be. I need to go outside some more in ways that work for me. Okay, you guys, so let's do this together. Let's add this to the fridge. I'm gonna rip it and make it look cute. Tell me like it is. It'll be music to my ears. Uh-oh, don't rip what I don't want you to rip. I'm loving your life, honorable, letting your guard down. Oh no, those aren't the words. friendly to you, but there's magic in that. You're the flower that I gotta protect to keep alive in the wintertime. But don't you die yet. You bring a more than a friend of mine. You're my life friend. You lace me, you're raging on the whole life round. You can provide me. Okay, okay. All right, this is our last little bit, and then I'm going to get off of here and wash my face and go to bed. All right, full moon in Aquarius teachings for me. Hopefully you guys learned some stuff. Number 1, celebrate yourself. Number 2, seek community. You don't have to do it all alone. That's what's making delays. Okay, so I'm going to put it on my fridge. And what's cool is my friend, oh my God, it's all coming full circle. My friend who I met at the Energy Within, she's also a teacher there, and she was at the Mystic Fair next to me, this last one. She made these magnets, and we did a trade, so I gave her a reading, and she gave me I chose 6 of them. And this is Aquarius' sign, so I think that's so perfect to put that up there with my Aquarius sign. Isn't that so cute, you guys? Look. That's so cute. And this is my schedule for my business stuff. And then there's also some bills, but unless you're trying to pay those, mind your business. All right, you guys. Happy full moon in Aquarius. I love you all so much. Even the weird Trump supporters that were hanging out earlier. I hope you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night. I'll see you later.